Hello, families and friends around the world. This is Pat John-Oseh, and today on the Message of Hope with Pat, I have a special guest. Our amazing guest from last week, MHP, Tonia Shodunke. Tonia Shodunke is a multi-talented personality. She's a pharmacist by profession, a gospel minister, an international speaker, an author, humanitarian, and personal transformational coach. She has built over 5,000 community of determined individuals. She has spoken to people in various countries, which includes West Africa, East Africa in the last 5 years. She's happily married and the union is blessed with 3 amazing children. Thank you very much, Tonia, for coming on. MHP, over to you, please.
Thank you, Pat. This is the story of how I built my confidence, which I tagged, I love my fat, oily nose. I've not always been this bold and confident. I grew up a very insecure and timid young girl, but the story is different today. I remember back in the days of JAM, Joint Admission Matriculation Board lessons. One certain evening, after the maths teacher walked out of the class, I stood up to pick up a notebook from a friend just 2 seats away from where I was, and suddenly I heard, now only one person gets this kind big nose, in the Nigerian pidgin English. For a moment, I stopped, praying silently that I wasn't the one he was referring to, because I could sense the person was walking towards me only a few meters away. Whether I was the one or not, I heard the whole class burst out laughing, yet all the while, my head was still bent towards my friend Jane. I only lifted my head when she whispered, "It's you he's talking to." Oh my goodness. How could anyone be this cruel? This is wickedness in broad daylight, I thought to myself. Before I could recover from that last tornado, he threw another one by saying, "How can a beautiful girl have such a big nose? It just spoiled everything." He reeled with laughter. Then he added, "The oil for the nose sef fit cook egusi soup." At this point, the laughter went sky high. I felt like the ground should just open and swallow me up because the embarrassment was just too much. It was a miracle when the next teacher suddenly walked in and laughter ceased as everyone retired back to their seats for the commencement of the next class. Rather than say a word, I just hurriedly walked back to my seat and sat down. Only God knows what the teacher taught that day because I heard absolutely nothing. If it had all ended that day, it wouldn't have been so bad. But he persisted. Every time he saw me, that I became so demoralized and began to avoid him like a plague. But the sad thing was that the seed had been sown. From then onwards, I avoided people. I became withdrawn. Whenever I was talking with anyone, I felt what they were staring at was my nose. Oh, I felt so ugly. I resented looking into the mirror because all I could see was that same big nose. Unconsciously, I developed a habit of stroking the ends of my nose as if that could make it slimmer, and avoided people or covered my nose anytime I spoke to anyone. Whether I realized it or not, I gradually began to avoid people. Even though I was very intelligent and one of those topping the class in performance, I was self-sabotaging and battling with internal low self-esteem. Despite being an A student, I battled with this for years. Wouldn't dare stand before a crowd to speak because I had developed a low self-esteem that began from my nose and crept into other parts of my life. I hated who I was and wished I was born different. So did I overcome it? You may wonder. Today, when people say, "You are beautiful," I laugh because, they don't know where I'm coming from. The most serious mistakes people make in life is that they never take actions to their dreams. In general, people back away from taking actions because of the lack of confidence, because their self-esteem has been battered. For you, it might be a different struggle entirely, but in all, one of the strongest factors for success in life and business is self-esteem. I mastered the art of loving the person in the mirror who has been through so much and is still standing. I believed in myself. I knew I can make it through. I believed I deserved the best I can get. Stop wishing people liked you as much as they like someone else. Stop trying to get the attention of those who hurt you, and stop hating on your body, your face, your personality. Love them. Without those things, you wouldn't be you. I smile a lot, and that alone draws people to me. If anyone hates you for loving you, then tell them my happiness will not depend on others anymore. Today, I'm a public speaker, a transformational coach, and author of the book titled Butterflies Don't Crawl, a book where I walk you through my own personal story. Here is my message of hope to you today. It's not what you are that is holding you back. It is who you think you are not. There is so much greatness in you. So rise up and shine. The world is waiting for you.
Thank you very much. Another inspiring, beautiful story from Tonia. I said it last week that I'm going to have you again on MHP, because I know that anytime you open your mouth to speak, it's just all about inspiring people and motivating people. Thank you again, Tonia. I am sure your story must have inspired millions of people around the globe. Thank you all, and stay safe.